Hi, Elon.
Hello.
Hi. Is it Elon?
Yes.
Great. Hello, my name's Rebecca. It's nice to meet you.
Hello, Rebecca.
How are you today?
Well, I'm good, but I can't hear. I can't see you.
Yeah, it looks like there's a problem with my camera. But I'm going to. Currently talking with IT to see if they can fix the problem.
Okay.
But at the moment, it will just be my. So we'll see. Hopefully, IT will be able to fix the problem.
Okay.
How are you today?
I'm good. I stay at home.
Very.
Yeah, I stayed at home and took care of my family and study English
Mm-hmm.
for a while. I think it's. I think it's quite a good day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. And did you do anything relaxing?
Well, yes. I watched this movies where after I
Mm-hmm.
uh, studied English.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And what movie did you watch?
It's about the criminal movies and the comedy movies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, fantastic. And were they where were the movies from? Were they Chinese movies? Were they American, English?
Yeah, it's it's English movie.
Oh, very good. What were they called?
Well, it's about the Western fighter. How to say that?
Okay. Yeah.
It's
So when
a
you're saying Western fight, are you meaning like cowboys? Western
yes,
or
cowboys,
um yeah? Mm-hmm.
cowboys,
Okay, very good. Mm-hmm.
Western cowboy.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Very good. All right, well, let's have a look at today's lesson. So, today, Ilan, we are going to be talking about leather working. Okay, so let's have a look at our introduction. Would you like to read our introduction?
Okay, hobbies and later activities should be something everyone fits into their schedules. With so many diverse interests people have and the many different resources people can access, the leisure industry is a huge one, full of great ideas and pastimes that everyone can be involved in. Today, we are going to look at an activity that is regarded as more obscure in the leisure industry, but is still regarded as something that is enjoyable. Leatherworking is an sorry elaborate
Elaborate.
e-
Elaborate.
elaborate hobby that inspires beautiful creations and precision work as well. Enjoy your lesson today.
Very good. Okay, fantastic reading. Now, let's look at some of our vocabulary. Would you like to read through these?
Okay, obscure. Something that is not well known or not popular. Obscure. elaborate, being quite complicated and involving a lot of
Good.
detail and skills. Vers- versatile,
Well, close. Versatile. Versatile.
versatile, okay, versatile, being used in many different situations and serving many
So purposes.
purposes,
Purposes.
purposes.
hmm Okay, fantastic. Now, any questions about this vocabulary?
Well, what's the meaning of the
No?
versatile?
Versatile. Yeah, so it means something can be used or something can be appropriate for many different situations. So it could be, we could talk about a person. So we could say, my friend is very versatile. So it means they can do lots of different things. So so uh, maybe they're very athletic. So maybe they're really good at running and things like that. But they're uh, very good with business, and they're very yeah they're very good in lots of different aspects, lots of different things. You could say that person's very versatile.
Okay,
Just like a kitchen tool. So if we talk about a kitchen utensil, like the spatula, so you can use a spatula to flip an egg. You can use a spatula to um, toss things in the oven, so to kind of flip things in the oven. You can use a spatula to um, make make sauce, so to kind of like stir around your sauce. There's lots of things you could use a spatula for. It's not just for one thing. So you could say the spatula is a versatile tool.
okay, it makes
Cool. Any
sense.
other questions?
So far, so good.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's have a look at our next bit of vocabulary. Would you like to read through these ones?
Accessory, something that is worn to make your outfit appear to be more attractive. Embellish,
Embellish. Embellish.
embellish.
Mhm.
Okay, embellish, making something more beautiful by adding decorations to it. Durable, staying in a good condition for a long time, even if it is used a lot.
Mhm. Okay, so any questions about this vocabulary?
What's the meaning of the decoration?
Decorations, yeah. So it kind of
Decoration.
means to add add things to it. So a Christmas tree, all the little balls and all the things we put on a Christmas tree, that's called decoration. So all the balls, all the ribbon, things like that, that's a decoration. Just like, say, a birthday cake. So a birthday cake, they're usually like it could just be plain, so it could like just be the sponge, or you could decorate it. So you could ice the cake. You could write a message on it with some icing. You could add um, I know some people add kind of like sugared animals and kind of stuff like that onto birthday cakes. So that's all added decoration. So someone has embellished the cake. They have
Okay.
decorated it. Yeah. Any other questions?
No. So far so good.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I have some questions for you. So, Elon, do you have any special hobbies you want to share with the class? Well, with me.
Okay. Let me think about it.
Mhm.
Well, I have a question. What's the meaning of the topic leatherworking?
Yeah. So, okay, let's come back to this picture. So this material here is called leather.
Okay, leather.
So we see like lots of our shoes, our bags, things like that. Lots of stuff is made from leather. So leather working is just the process of turning the raw material that is leather, turning that into something. So whether it's yeah, they're turning it into shoes, or if they're turning it into like a chair or things like that. So any leather working is just when leather is turned into something else.
Okay.
So like some people have the hobby woodworking, where they might create chairs, they might create a table, they might create um, pens, bowls, things like that, all out of timber. So that would be called woodworking.
Okay.
So it's a similar kind of thing, but this one is leather working. So it's, yeah, all out of leather.
Okay. Well,
So do you have any special hobbies?
yes, I do. I think I'm. I have some special hobby. I have an. I have a special hobby like like a leather working. Uh, for example, uh, if there is a holiday, I'd like to make make a leather made I'd like to make a gift made by made of leather,
Oh, so
such
do
as
you
the
actually do, or you do work with leather yourself?
no, it's just for fun. I
Mm-hmm.
a few days later, I made a bike for my wife, and she was very happy about it.
Mm-hmm. You said you made a bike,
No, it's a
like a bicycle, no?
no, it's a bag package.
Oh, a bag. Yep.
Yeah, it's a package.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Fantastic. So you made that bag out of leather.
yes, it's made of
Wow,
leather.
very good.
I buy the materials.
Okay.
I bought the materials on the internet. Then
Mm-hmm.
I I did it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
In this way, I think
Very
it,
good.
it can it could be called it as a hobby, special hobby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Very good. Yeah, I think it's great when you can make something um, yourself.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah, it almost took about 1 week
Mm-hmm.
to make
Wow.
make up the leather bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's very cool, Elon. That's a great gift. Okay, well, we've kind of defined that gift, that hobby as being leatherworking there. So, this last question: do you think? Well, you already are doing leatherworking, so do you enjoy it?
Well, uh, I first question. I think leatherworking is about making some products, which is created of leather, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd I think I the second question answer is yes. I think I enjoy leatherworking because I think it's quite a enjoying time for me to have a break, and I think it's quite if I'm focusing on leatherworking, I can have a peace peace emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I quite enjoy this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Very good. That's fantastic to hear. Okay, well, let's do some reading about leatherworking. So, would you like to read this page?
Okay, leatherworking. Leatherworking is a craft that involves manipulating and working leather into different
Manipulating. Man-
man, manipul sorry manipulating
okay, let's break that down. So, we've got manipulating. So, manipulating. Manipulating.
manipulating manipulating. Okay.
Mhm.
Manipulating and working leather into different objects or structures. Leather is a versatile textile that can be used to
Textile. Textile.
textile versatile textile that can be used to create clothing, furniture, and accessories. Leatherworking involves threading, sorry, drying,
Dying. Dying.
dyeing, threading, dyeing, and molding the leather into different objects or atoms, and either selling it or keeping it for personal use. There are now competitions and leather clubs where people meet up, share ideas and tricks, and compete against who can create sorry. Who can create the best leather products and whose leather items show the best quality and skill?
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yes. Okay. So, any questions about any of the words in here?
Well,
No.
uh, yes, I have some questions like the
Yeah.
manipulating.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
So,
meaning?
manipulating. So, this means kind of changing something. So, leather by itself is just kind of a flat surface. So, when you're manipulating the leather, you're making it do something else. So, just like with a bag, you might, well, that you can stretch leather. So, stretching leather is a type of manipulation. So, you're manipulating the leather when you stretch it. Um, you can, uh, I suppose you can cut up the leather into smaller pieces. So that's another way of manipulating it, because you're cutting it into certain shapes to be able to maybe sew it into like the bag that you created, Elon. Um, so yeah, it's just kind of changing, manipulating. It's changing something to make it do what you want. So it's the
Okay,
same with people. So you could say someone is a very manipulating. So someone is very manipulating or manipulative. So that person likes to kind of control other people, and they will do and say things to make someone do what they want to do.
okay,
So they like that person is manipulating that other person. So they are making the second person kind of do what they want.
okay.
Was there any other questions?
Well, leatherworking involves threading, dyeing, and molding. What's those words means? Threading.
Okay. So threading is when you sew something together. So
Okay,
just like yeah, a leather bag, you might have to use some thread to sew the bag together.
okay,
Um, so it's kind of what keeps the multiple pieces of leather together. Um, dyeing is just changing its color. So like the leather you might get is brown, but maybe you don't want it brown, so you dye it to turn it black. So you could turn it black. You could bleach it, so you could bleach it and turn it white. So those are it's changing, yeah, just changing its color. So just like we dye our hair, so we dye our hair to change the color. And then molding is to change the shape of something. So you could stretch the leather, and you could like mold it over a certain shape. So
okay,
it's yeah, just like clay. You can make different pottery and stuff out of clay, and you mold the clay. So you're just kind of changing its shape.
okay.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's look at our next page. So let's read this page.
Because leather is such a durable material, it is a premium choice for creating a beautiful pieces. Being a leather worker can be a very expensive hobby to get into, especially if you have no tools of your own. Leather is a tough material and needs specialized tools to mold and shape it correctly. If you want to embellish items properly or create items that look beautiful and professional, you need the right tools to achieve these effects. Effect. Effect.
Perfect.
Okay. Punches, needles. Sorry.
Scissors. Scissors.
Scissors, and even special dies, and all needed to make the leather into something you can use and show off to friends and family.
Yeah, fantastic reading. Well done. So now, a couple of questions. Well, you are already doing this, so do you think leatherworking would be an enjoyable pastime?
Yes, I think so. And why not? I think I quite enjoy leather walking because can leather walking is quite a easy way to create some products by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and also you can make some make them as your gifts to your friends or to your wife. I think is I think the receivers will be happy if they if they know that those things are made by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Well, do you own any leather items or accessories?
Uh, yes, of course. I I I love leathers. So I have some leather items or accessories accessories like the bikes bikes
Yeah.
and also some my wallet is also made of leather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
fantastic. Okay, so, oh, yeah.
and also the package of my lat of my laptop computer
Mm-hmm.
is also made of leather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Fantastic. Well, what would you like to make if you had all the tools and materials? So, are you going to make something else out of leather? And if so, what will it be?
Sorry, do you understand what I said? I mean the notebook. I I I made a mistake.
The bag for your the bag for your laptop.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next question, what would you like to make if you had all the tools and materials? Well, I'd like to make some huge things, uh, like
Mm-hmm.
like
Such as?
like I'd like to make a make a package for my car's desk. Sorry, car's
Mm-hmm.
chairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Some chairs. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I want to cover my car's chair with leather. In this way, I think it will be very soft and also
Yeah.
also very comfortable for me to sit in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Okay, very good.
Sorry.
Well,
Uh,
let's. Oh no, I was just saying.
yeah.
Very good. So
Can
now
I
we've got.
say something? Sit in my chair. Sit in my car's chair or sit on my car's chair.
You usually say. So depends on the chair. So if you're like a sofa, if you're sitting on a sofa or a couch, you could say you could sit in the chair. Or say like I'm sitting in the chair. But if because it's those kind of chairs, you are kind of a little bit consumed by the chair. You are kind of in it. But if you're just on a kitchen chair, so if you're just sitting at a kitchen chair, you would say I'm sitting on the chair.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on the type of chair.
Well, maybe I think sit on my car's chair is better.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, probably. So if it's not so like the couch and stuff. So the couch and those kinds of chairs, they you really do sit in them. You are kind of in the chair. But the kitchen ones and probably your class chair um, is it's you're more likely just to sit on the chair because you're not really in it. You're not like surrounded by it. You're just on top of it.
Okay.
Mhm. Very good. Good question. Okay, so we have a little activity here. So we've got on the following slide are three numbered boxes. You must choose one box. So on the next slide, a statement will appear that corresponds with the lesson content. So you will either have to teach the class about something, or conduct a role play or dialogue to show they understand the lesson. And you're welcome to ask me any questions if you are stuck or confused. So, which box would you like to choose?
First one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, number one, we want to act out a role play between two leather workers talking about their hobby and what they enjoy about it. So, would you like to start our role play, Elon? We are two leather workers talking about our hobby.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so would you like to start?
when it comes to the hobbies, I'd like to say
Mm-hmm.
uh, I want to create something very special with the leather, such for example, I'd like to make a make an animal
Mm-hmm.
with the leather, like the cat or dog. I think it's useless, but I think it's quite interesting. So I think this is my hobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I would also like to make some things out of leather, like yeah, like some bags, maybe some little pouches, some small little bags. I think a chair would be amazing to kind of weld together a metal frame and then, or to make a timber frame and then stretch the leather over the chair. I think would be fantastic. I think you can create some beautiful pieces with leather, can't you, Elon?
Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Well, we have some questions to finish off today's lesson. So we have a quote here. Only in our leisure time do we realize the type of people we really are. What do you think this quote means?
Well, sorry, what kind of quote?
Yeah, so what do you think this quote means? So
Okay.
only in our leisure time do we realize the type of people we really are. What do you think that means?
Well, yes, I think so. I think if we are working, uh, uh, the boss or the managements, sorry, the managers define what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We in in those time we can do something we like or just follow our heart. But
Mm-hmm.
the leisure time means that we can do everything we are into or we are good at. So only in leisure time we can find out who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the hobby or the interests,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's my answer about
Mm-hmm.
what this quote means.
Fantastic. Okay, well, do you think everyone should have a hobby?
Yes, I think so. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone should build a deep hobby like the
Mm-hmm.
leather walking we have talked about or other things like
Mm-hmm.
sports or painting, something like this artwork. Only in this way, we can do something when we are free, and also
Mm-hmm.
try to search for ourselves. Sorry, I mean we can find out who we are uh, in the process of hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, fantastic. So what are some of your other hobbies? So leather working is kind of one of your hobbies. What's another hobby of yours?
another hobbies. I think maybe coding or programming is one of my favorite hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I think uh, on my in my leisure time, I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
post some codes on the internet or write some blogs on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's quite a good way to collect knowledge of technology, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it also helps me to build a, a good a good skill a great skills, uh, which is prepared for my working time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think coding is one of my favorite hobbies, and also I also like some movies, which is uh, which is topics are about motivation, sorry, emotion, or some oh sorry, I mean sorry, psychologist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
psychologist. Yeah.
yeah, I mean psychologist. I'm very into psychologist because I think uh, if I learn some knowledge about this topic, I I can learn myself a lot, and in this way, I can I can adjust myself very well when I
Mm-hmm.
when I cope with some negative emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
fantastic. Yeah, very good answer.
it's also one of my favorite hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, very good. Great. Well, Elon, that brings us to the end of our lesson. You did fantastic today. Really good pronunciation. So well done. And great work with your questions. Questions are very important. Um, the more questions you ask, the more you learn. So that's fantastic that you're asking so many questions. Now, before we leave, do you have any more questions?
Okay. I'd like to ask some questions about grammar. Did I made
Okay.
some common mistakes of grammar?
There are like there are some errors, um, but it's mostly about just practice. So the mistakes you are using, it's mostly just about practice. So if you do have any English speaking friends, it's a good thing to maybe ask them to correct you on little errors. That's kind of the best way to learn, because that's when you're living your normal life. So it's all kind of things. It's easiest to learn and get things correct when you're just going about your normal life. So yeah, if you do have a friend that is an English speaker, that yeah, maybe they could help you out in that way. But overall, Elon, you were very good.
Oh,
It wasn't you weren't making grammatical errors all the time. It was there was only a few, so you did very well.
okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, well, Elon, thank you for coming to class today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that my camera wasn't working and IT couldn't fix it in the end. But I still hope you had a great class, and I will see you in our next lesson.
Okay,
Thank you, Elon, and enjoy the rest of your night.
see you.
Thanks, Elon. Bye.
Bye.